Hi, good afternoon, mommies. Good afternoon. How are you all doing? This is me coming out to talk from the perspective of a mother. And I'm going to be doing quite a number of talks on this because there's so much that we deal with, so much that we have to handle as mothers. It's quite a lot of work to be a mother to children. Okay, so let's reverse. It's quite a lot of work to be a woman, actually. Added responsibilities of being a mother, a friend, a sister, cook, cleaner, nurse, as one of my friends said to me this morning. A nurse, she said to me, I've been a nurse for the past 30 years of my life, Yes, so there's a lot of work going into be a mother. And I'm just going to be talking to moms, encouraging moms, sharing one or two of my own experiences as a mom, as a mom's really, as a mom, as a mom, and also encouraging, really, basically. I'm just going to be sharing my story just so that you know that you are not alone. And I would also appreciate you sharing your own experiences in the comment section, in the comment section, um, because we are going to learn from each other. It's not just me that's going to be. I'm not just the one who has been through all that and done all that. So I really do hope that this ride is going to be fun. Um, this is me unburdening. Actually, this is me letting some things out. Yes. Um, so I really do hope that you will learn something. I really do hope that these short videos I'll be sharing from time to time would be helpful to you as a mother, be helpful to you as a mother. Yeah. So there. That's what I plan on doing. That's what the plan is really. And I'm just going to share from my heart and from the lessons that I have learned over the time, lessons I have learned also from my manual as well. And I do hope that somebody gets blessed and somebody learns a thing or two and somebody gets some sort of relief, some sort of virtual hug, just something. I just want to be able to share the knowledge that I have and hope that it helps somebody. So, we will be doing this as often as possible. Um, and yes, if you have any questions, please come into my DM, ask. I'll be happy to answer. You can ask in the comment section if you feel it's something that other women will learn from, other mothers will learn from. So yes, go ahead. Hit me in the comment section with your questions. And okay, good. So I'm just going to be sharing as things happen. So basically, I've had this challenge with my first daughter, my first child, for a couple of weeks. And well, not a couple of weeks, actually a couple of years. I noticed that she wasn't really pulling her weight as much as she was in the early stages of her life with the academics. She's an artistic child. She's an amazing musician. She's an amazing singer. She's an amazing artist. She draws. She paints. She has ideas. She's very imaginative, very creative in her imagination. She writes books. She writes stories and all of that. And for me, I feel like that is something worth celebrating. That's like a real big deal because really that's the core of her. That's the natural gifting that God has given to her. And I believe that that is the natural gifting that God is going to use to actually open doors, for her in life. Um, but I also at the same time started wondering why don't we celebrate these children who are artistic? Why don't we celebrate their giftings? Our focus is usually, especially the educational system in Nigeria, our focus is usually placed on children who do well in maths, children who do well in sciences, or children who do well in chess. By the way, she's an amazing chess player as well. But hey, and then you're having awards in schools. I've been to several schools awards, and you never ever find an award being given to the best child, the child who does best in music, or the child who does best in art. And I feel like these giftings, these strengths of these children are being trivialized actually. Because, hey, these are artistic children. Doctors listen to music, nurses listen to music, engineers listen to music. Music is like a backbone for a lot of things. Music is what helps people to relax. Music is what helps people to think, calms people down. And then you feel that okay, this is not enough, like they're not doing enough to be celebrated. And I'm wondering to myself, no, that's not right. So I made up a culture. I actually formed a culture in my house. And in my house, I tend to celebrate my children because both my children are artistic. My son tends towards the techie side as well, but he has the artistic side as well. So I tend to celebrate my children. So my daughter writes a new song, I celebrate her. My daughter writes a new song, my husband works on it, and we try to do like a live rehearsal of the song at home, make a big deal out of it. Why? Because it's a lot of work, a lot of effort. I'm also from a musical background. I'm from an artistic family. I have people in my family. My siblings are musicians, are they're actors, they're videographers, they're into entertainment. So that's the kind of family that I come from. And that's the core of my family. That's the core of our gifting. So I totally understand the work that goes into it because I started working as a musician right from when I was a kid. I was about 6 or 7 when I joined the choir. I was about 9 or 10 when I started singing with the National Central Choir in my church at the time. I was 13 when I started rehearsing to be one of the minstrels for the general overseer of my church. I started traveling with the general overseer of my church as a minstrel at the age of 15. So I know the load of work that goes into being an artistic person, being a musician, being an artist, being a drummer, being a pianist. There's a lot of work, mental work actually, and physical work. Because I mean, if you know anything about music, you will know that you can't study music if you don't know math. You can't do music if you don't know math. Actually, they're related. So I really think that we should celebrate these people. I really think that we should celebrate these children more in their schools. There's usually the tendency for them to, I personally feel like there will be the tendency for the child to feel like they are not doing enough or they're not doing well enough or they're not doing as well as their other friends, in school. Their friends are doing well. They are doing amazingly well with the math, with the English and all of that. But I also am of the opinion that the children who are artistic, the children who are the ones who draw, they're the ones who bring color, they're the ones who bring life. Like, they need to be celebrated. So, well, I do that for my kids. I do that for my daughter. I do that for my son as well. It's become a culture in my family. We look forward to it. It encourages them. It makes them more confident. It makes them believe more in themselves. It makes them feel that it makes them realize that they are actually adding value to the society or to the family or to the situation, the place where they find themselves per time. So yes, that's really what I wanted to talk about. And I look at my daughter every day. I look at my son every day, and the kind of things that they think about, the kind of ideas that they come up with, simply very brilliant, very very brilliant. Every day I ask God to give me wisdom to execute some of these things for them, and I know that when the time is right, they will shine like the stars that they are, and in all things we would give God glory eventually. So yes, that's what I wanted to share today. Encourage your children. They might not be good in math, they might not be good in English, they might not be good in the sciences, or the commercial sciences. They might just be artistic. They might just be commercially business inclined. You need to watch out for those giftings in these children. Now, they may not be able to do biology, not biology, what's it called? Chemistry, physics, algebra, geometry, and all of those things, those really big things that we do in maths. But that child might be business inclined. And I also wanted to add this. I saw this somewhere, and I'm just going to say it the way it came to me. I can't really remember the words. But guess what? Education does not end within the four walls of the classroom. If a child has a gifting, if a child knows something, if a child learns something from the market, if a child learns something, and a child or even an adult, whatever the child is learning, learning is actually a part of education. It's not stuck within the four walls of the classroom, it's not stuck within the four walls of any school. So if you have an opportunity to teach your child, for your child to learn something, please grab the opportunity with your two hands and your two legs. I remember when I was in secondary school, gosh, how many years ago? Over 20 years ago now. I was in secondary school, and I was, because I was in the choir, I found out that I actually loved music. And then there was the music teacher in my secondary school. Funny thing was that I was the only student in my school who did music, who studied music after JS3. Yeah. So we had a school of over, I don't know how many children. And I was the only one in music class, SS1, SS2, SS3. I actually wrote music in my WAEC and I made an A in music. I had an A in music. I also went to the Music School of Nigeria at some point in my life. I was on scholarship actually from my church because I was so involved in the music. I was one of the good singers. I was one of the people who was musically knowledgeable. So the church actually sponsored me through grade 1 to grade 8 of the theory of music. I also did some practical exams as well. I have certifications as a pianist, as a violinist, as a violist. I play the viola as well, you know. So whatever opportunity you find for your children, look out for scholarships, look out for lessons, summer schools where they can learn dance, where they can learn art, where they can learn music, to play music instruments, to sing. Look out for those extracurricular activities for them. Some children, it might be coding. For some children, it might just be dance, you know. But whatever it is only going to serve as a backbone for them to build on the other areas of their lives. Every child is special. Every child is gifted. Look for the gifting in your child and work it to make that child the star that God intended for that child to be. I'm just encouraging every mom, every dad, because now when I say mom, some dads are also the moms, so they know themselves. I'm not cutting anybody out of the picture. But hey, I'm just trying to encourage you all that wherever you find, that's those are my the coloring on the wall. That's my 3-year-old. He paints sort of like round about my house, the whole walls and everything. He's drawing and all that. So yes, um that's basically what I'm encouraging you to do today. Encourage your children. If you need to buy them colors, if you need to buy them crayon, if you need to buy them drawing books, plain sheets, whatever you need to do. From time to time, I try to get worksheets, paint, coloring sheets for my children. I try to get them into the arts. You know, my son will wake up in the morning and say, "Mommy, please, can I have paper to draw?" You know, my daughter is forever with a pencil, a pen, and eraser. She's drawing. She's writing a book. She's writing a story. She's coming up with ideas, and she has friends who she rubs minds with from time to time. So for me, it's actually a blessing to be a mother to these children who are artistic. You look at the two faces. You look at the black faces. You look at the phases. You look at the Timayas. You look at the Terry G's. These are people who everybody thought, oh, these ones are rejects. They didn't want to go to school. Hey, guess what? Yeah, they're the ones making the money now. So these giftings need to be encouraged in children. A lot of people have heard this. They say, oh, we've heard this. Okay, yes, we know. But guess what? You have to be deliberate about it. It can be very frustrating. It can be very tiring. It is very demanding, actually. It's very time consuming. It's very, very mentally, it's mentally draining as well, because you need to actually put in the work. You need to be physically there to support these children. So whatever you need to do, do it as unto God. Remember that you're sowing a seed today that will germinate into an amazing tree tomorrow. This child will be a child that will bring a smile to you, to your family, and to the world at large. Invest in your children, build on their giftings, guide them according to their strengths. Don't force them into what they are not naturally inclined to do. They can know it up to an average stage, yes. Like my daughter, I won't say she's bad in math. She doesn't fail math, but she could do better. Yeah. But I mean, if you give her a music exam or ask her to sing a song or ask her to paint or to draw, you wouldn't even need to like really supervise her. She's into it. She's consumed by it until she comes out with the best that she can make. And you know, so encourage these children, build on their strengths. The Bible says that you should train up a child according to their gifts, according to the way that, according to the way that the Lord has gifted them. And when they are old, they will not depart from it. So, parents, I hope I've been able to help somebody today. I hope somebody will have a few thoughts um, on what I have said today. Um, God is the one that has given us these children, so He is the one who has written the manual of their lives. Always remember to go back to Him and ask Him what He would have you do with your children. Thank you very much for listening, and God bless you. See you another day tomorrow, maybe. Bye.